Hello everyone, this is Bhavya Jain from MSIT College, and today we are talking a summary of most dangerous book which has the power to manipulate anyone. It is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book is the most powerful book in order to manipulate someone. Now, I don't mean manipulate in a harm way, but it is useful for as a defense weapon. Everyone should have this weapon in times of need when we require to manipulate someone in order to save our life and to do many things, which is not possible. So, let me give you a brief intro about this book. This book is quite brutal. It has various ways to manipulate someone. It requires physical force, fear of requires instill a sense of fear, insecurities, and many more things that will destroy and your opponent. So a person who is a wise and smart person will use it as a defense weapon. So this is a power that not to be wasted. So let's decode its laws one by one. I will go through the law 1 today in this video, and in future videos I will go through all the 48 laws whenever it is possible. So law 1, don't outshine your master. So what does this law means? That whoever you want to manipulate, for example a master or a higher position higher up, who is in a higher up position, you want to manipulate that. So you don't have to just outshine him, that I am better than you, you are nothing. This will bring him in a sense of insecurity, and insecurity will lead to many damaging results. There are many stories in history that caused this much problem. For example, in French period, King Louis XVI as a finance minister who was very loyal to the king and very helpful, and he is also very smart and good towards his work. But one day, he, in order to ensure his trust to the king, strengthen his trust with the king, he invited him to a dinner party at his area. So the king arrived at the place, and he lavishly decorated the area and make it more I mean to say more luxurious than the king can afford himself. This not only impresses the king but also led to its dismissal and eventually the death of his finance minister, because he was the trying to be more luxurious than the king. And you know the context, you understand the context. He was leveling himself above the king, that I can provide this luxury and not he. So therefore he induced a sense of insecurity. Whatever position you have to be grateful to the higher ups for getting this position. If you outshine them, this will destroy their trust and eventually lead to your dismissal. Trust is the most important thing. And a great example who uses this law in his advantage is Galileo. Yes, the scientist. In order to make his inventions paid off by not getting gifts but getting money and some more valuable assets, he gave a gift to the king representing scientific measures. But there's a catch. He gave all to all the members gifts with scientific applications, but none of them worked. But this one is special. He gifted the new king, which is going to be which is going to be throned, by telling him that all the stars, by just buttering him that all the stars lined at the same time and getting all the correct accurations just on the same time when the king enthroned himself, just by buttering him and and uh, appreciating him again and again, not in too much but in limit, helps in getting the status of being the most valuable person next to God. This will give him a chance, this gained him the trust and also led him to his continue his discoveries and earning some good amount of cash. So there are more examples that it is important to learn from the history, otherwise history will repeat again. This is very important. Just like Galileo, we can also use it in our favor. Trust is more important thing. If you want to increase this trust, you require some buttering, in order that if the higher up is correct, you have to be correct. You don't need to correct him. Otherwise, he will consider you as a enemy, that he doesn't understand my point. He is too smart of me. I think he doesn't require me. That's the point. If you don't do this, if you act dumb on purpose, despite the fact you know the correct answer, but being dumb on purpose makes them, the higher ups, realize that he is dumber than me, and then he will share his own knowledge to you, which will give him some loopholes about that person, which is then easy to manipulate. So you understand about how to be this type of manipulator. There are many more examples that you should never outshine the master and feel more insecure. There are examples of uh, French rulers and Japan rulers who tried to outshine them by building a statue in front of a temple and various other things. So it is important to respect that position you have and be grateful to the higher ups for a little time. Now I will tell you how to deal with them. So the second, so this is not the catch. How to use this method in your way. Obviously, we don't need to outshine the master, but we be in their side at times when he will feel less power. We can embrace him by, we can manipulate him by demotivating him, we can destroy him just by this. And the uh, when the master is too weak that he can fall anytime, don't force it, let the nature do the thing. It is important. If you force him, it will release its reflexive power, its cognitive power, so he will be on the track again. It might be the breakdown motivation. The point when he started to break down, he realizes that something is lagging, and then he reached the bar. There are many instances in the past that has been the same reason. So it is important, when he is about to fall, don't approach him. The nature will do its work. If you be on their side, be patient. An important trick to manipulation is, we should be patient. If not being patient, it will backfire us. Results take time. Manipulation takes time. It doesn't happen in one day, 1 month. It requires some years. But when the trust is developed, it is unbreakable. So that's the point. I hope you enjoyed the breaking down of the first law. So thank you, and let's meet on the where I discuss the second law, that it is important to make enemies as compared to friends.